Sunny Hostin's world turned upside down this morning when her husband was dragged into a massive RICO fraud lawsuit. What did her orthopedic surgeon husband do to cause this scandal? Kickbacks, unnecessary surgeries, and insurance fraud, all part of a conspiracy involving 180 defendants. But here's the real twist. Why is Sunny staying silent? Is she distancing herself, or is there more to the story? Stay tuned as we break down the shocking details behind the case that's shaking up both the medical and entertainment worlds. The morning the scandal broke, everything seemed normal. Just another day, coffee in hand, and scrolling through the news. But suddenly, Sunny Hostin's name appeared, but not for her usual role on The View. This time, it was about her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, and not in a positive light. The renowned orthopedic surgeon, along with his practice, Hostin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is now facing serious allegations. These charges include insurance fraud, kickbacks, and being involved in a massive RICO lawsuit which is so large it includes a staggering 180 defendants. This isn't your typical legal case, it's more like a whole network of people caught up in a web of accusations.
I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
Before diving into this wild drama, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the latest Hollywood news. Now, let's break down the RICO Act for those who might not be familiar with legal lingo. The Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO, was originally designed to take down organized crime syndicates. Think mobsters, gangsters, and all the shady dealings that come with them. But in this case, instead of mafia members, it's doctors, surgeons, and medical practices that are in the spotlight. It's like taking a courtroom thriller and blending it with a medical drama, but this time, the plot is filled with fraud. The lawsuit claims that Dr. Hostin and several others were involved in a scheme to manipulate the healthcare system. The accusation suggests that they were receiving kickbacks for performing surgeries that weren't medically necessary and billing insurance companies for treatments that may not have even taken place. Meanwhile, patients are going under the knife, insurance companies are picking up the tab, and behind closed doors, money is changing hands like a high-stakes game of poker in a hospital setting.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sunny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it, Nick.
Doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance. What? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud. I would say you could get about 20 years in prison, so that's a death sentence for.
Now here's where things really start to heat up. The lawsuit claims that Dr. Hostin was receiving financial kickbacks for recommending and performing specific surgeries, especially arthroscopic procedures. These surgeries, which involve using a camera and small instruments to examine joints or other parts of the body, are often seen as minimally invasive and legitimate treatments. However, the lawsuit suggests that in some cases, these procedures weren't medically necessary at all. This raises a major question. Were these patients genuinely suffering from serious joint issues, or was Dr. Hostin simply trying to line his pockets? If these allegations are true, it paints a picture of a deeply corrupt system, one so tainted that it could make a soap opera love triangle look like child's play. Imagine the shock of trusting a surgeon only to later realize that you were just a pawn in a game where the goal was financial gain. It's a betrayal that cuts deep, both literally and figuratively.
According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers.
On the other side of the courtroom, we have the American Transit Insurance Company, or ATIC, who's playing the role of the plaintiff in this case. ATIC, which typically insures taxi drivers and transportation workers, claims it has been defrauded out of millions of dollars. According to them, they were billed for surgeries that either didn't need to happen or, in some cases, didn't even take place at all. It's kind of like ordering a steak, paying for it, but then receiving tofu instead. However, before you start feeling too sorry for ADIC, let's remember that insurance companies aren't exactly known for being angels. They've long been criticized for denying claims, underpaying doctors, and using all sorts of tactics to avoid paying out. So, is this really a case of the pot calling the kettle black? Or is ADIC just trying to expose what could be one of the biggest healthcare frauds in recent history? The lines between who's right and who's wrong here aren't exactly clear-cut. Dr. Hostin's attorney, Daniel Thwaites, has strongly rejected the lawsuit, describing it as a baseless, scattershot attempt by ADIC to recover its financial losses. In his statement, Thwaites criticized the case as a desperate move by a company on the brink of bankruptcy, attempting to protect itself by involving innocent parties in a complex legal battle. Receding from the case, Thwaites said the outcome would inherit the rights of individuals left in the employees that were life-affirming as well. The defense's approach seems clear, to cast ADIC as the antagonist. After all, what better strategy than to focus on the accuser's flaws in order to shift attention away from their own actions? This classic "he who is without fault" argument adds an interesting layer to the case. Meanwhile, Sunny Hostin, Dr. Hostin's wife and co-host of The View, has notably remained silent on the matter. Known for addressing challenging topics head-on, her lack of comment on this issue has raised eyebrows. Is she choosing to support her husband, or is she distancing herself from the controversy? Some speculate that she may be withholding her opinion to protect her public image, while others wonder if she's remaining silent to avoid becoming a target herself. Her absence from the public conversation only fuels further speculation. Her silence speaks volumes. This case is about more than just Dr. Hostin. He is one of additional 180 defendants named in the lawsuit, which implicates a network of doctors, medical practices, and even hospitals. The scale of the alleged scheme is staggering, raising questions about how such a vast conspiracy remained undetected for so long. If the accusations are true, this could become one of the largest medical fraud cases in recent memory. The lawsuit suggests that these individuals colluded to exploit weaknesses in the healthcare system, generating millions in profit while patients and insurance companies bore the consequences. It's like a high-stakes heist, but instead of targeting banks, the goal was to manipulate insurance premiums. At its heart, this case challenges the integrity of the entire healthcare system. When financial gain is placed above patient care, trust in the system is irreparably damaged. Patients seek out medical care expecting to be helped, not exploited as part of a scheme to line someone's pockets. This case also serves as a cautionary tale for insurance companies. If ADIC is using this lawsuit as a distraction from their own financial woes, they may only be intensifying the controversy. This whole situation is undeniably complex, and untangling it will take time and effort. As it stands, the case is still ongoing, with Dr. Hostin yet to be found guilty. The accusations are still just that. Accusations. And does the case even matter right now? Hostin claims filed last week, and the accusations are still just that, accusations. However, the court proceedings are bound to be a spectacle, with both sides likely gearing up for an intense legal battle. For now, we can only observe, stay informed, and try to sift through the facts and fiction. Whether Dr. Hostin is ultimately proven guilty or innocent, this case has already cast a revealing light on some uncomfortable truths within both the healthcare and insurance industries. In today's episode, the mystery of what happened to Rich Hostin and his family after he left federal employment and became a truck driver. So there you have it, a story filled with scandal, drama, and enough moral ambiguity to keep everyone on the edge of their seats. Whether you're siding with ADIC or Dr. Hostin, one thing is certain. This saga is far from over. With every twist and turn, we'll be here to cover it all. Popcorn in hand, watching the courtroom drama unfold. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more updates. And the last thing is always true in the neighborhood of SOS. When you see something that you like, drop by an elementary or DC school for just a minute to verify that I'll see you in the next one. Peace!